Yep, and as promised, we are back here at Indianapolis Road Course. And the date is November 13th, 2019. And hopefully everybody is excited to get this thing back on the road. And it looks like the drivers are definitely happy. They are jumping right out on track to get some times in. As it does look like they have elected to go with a little bit of a shorter time. I'm not sure if they're doing if this is a practice or the qualifying. It should be qualifying. I guess we did do practice, but they may have started the whole thing over. But yes, this is going to be a great race. Oh, yes, Kimmy, hey, how you doing? It's good to have you tuned in. Yep, and maybe everybody else will get moved over here. They may not, but thanks for everybody that has managed to get moved over here so far. We are currently on Agulator. We have got ourselves back up to 13 drivers. Looks like Marcos is managing to get in. Yeah, just for some reason the servers are not completely cooperating today. I hope they do behave. I love to watch these guys race, and I love the Indianapolis Road Course. It's fantastic. I know some drivers don't, but I really enjoy it. It's a great track. A lot of good turns. And we are getting a little, or I am anyway, getting a little bit of lag. Let me double check my stuff real quick to make sure. Nope. Not my software, so I believe it is a little bit of in-game lag, y'all. And it looks like, let's go up here to Swami. He is currently running the fastest lap with a 1:19.57. And Marcos is currently running a 1:19.9, very close. Third is GTS with a 1:20.05. ESR Chef is fourth with a 1:20.25, also very close. These guys are going to be really tight, I think, around this track tonight. Snaker with a 1:20.57. Bax Console Planet with a 1:20.991. He's in the 120s, that still counts. And McCaleb is in 7th with a 1:23. And, oh, yeah, we do have people moving up and down in times. And it looks like a couple of the guys have invalidated their time. That's why they've yet to put a time up. But where was I? We were going to Snaker, but Snaker is now running the third fastest time with a 1:18. Guys are definitely starting to get their tires warm and get a feel for the track. So I think we'll definitely see a little bit better than the 1:18s tonight. Hey, Joanna, made it back over here. I saw your comment where you said you should be racing with us again in about 2 more weeks. That's going to be great. Be good to see you out on track. Like I said, I saw you in the LMP2 with everybody, and you did a really good job. So, yeah, I'll be excited to see you out on track. I know a couple of the other guys will, too. And let's see, currently Max Play has yet to set a time. Definitely still getting used to the car and these cold tires. The cold tires in the top right-hand corner are my tires on my car sitting in the pit. So once again, y'all have to bear with me from running from the pit up to the commentary box, back down to the pit every once in a while. So, you know, it'll be all right, though. Math Gamer also not setting a time yet. And I really wish I paid attention and knew whether or not this was a short practice or if this was their qualifying. I guess we will all find out shortly. Oh, Friday. Oh, so you're going to be in the Radicals with us, Joanna. Oh, awesome. Yeah, and those cars are so much fun. The guys did administration did a great job picking that car and putting it on some really good tracks. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, guys trying to see if they can get some kind of warmth into their tires. Yeah, as we can see, yeah, track temperature of 59 degrees and air temperature of 55, both Fahrenheit. I'm a bad commentator. Did not do the conversion into Celsius, which I know most of y'all use. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a road car, Joanna, but it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of downforce to it. I don't feel bad about being off pace. I'm still really off pace too. I hardly ever. Oh, as Math Gamer, yeah, is definitely having a hard time with his cold tires. We're gonna go up here to Marcos because he is currently setting the fastest time. But yeah, the Radical's got a good bit of downforce. It goes really good on the tracks. I typically don't like a more of a road car myself either, but it's a nice cross of a LMP car and a road type car. But yeah, I'm pretty far off the pace too. There's several of us that feel like we're off pace, and Razy all of a sudden has turned into an alien on all of us. So I'm trying not to compare my times to him because it hurts my feelings. Yeah, Razy has got extremely fast in the Radical all of a sudden. He has definitely made a big improvement. Let's see, Bax is in the pit. He is also with a 118. GTS also with a 118. Interceptor in the pit, but he also is running a 118. I don't think he'd have enough time to get back out anyway and set another one. Snaker also 118. Chef with a 118. McCaleb 119.07, so just barely off of a 118. Along with Shawami, also a 119.14, so just barely off of the 118. We've almost got a line right down the middle of the field tonight. Agulator, well, everybody's in the pits pretty much, except for fellow commentator Cypher Knight, who I will be rooting for. He is, yeah, he's having a little bit of a hard time, I think, on these cold tires. It's got to be really hard to come out of the pit on the cold tires on this track in this car and get them warm enough to get a good lap time in. But last week Cypher Knight did really good. I believe it was about 5th he finished. While actually they got a minute left, I'm gonna jump over here to our Discord channel and have a quick look and see how Cypher Knight did last week. Yep, Cypher Knight. Let's see. First, second. Yeah, it looks like he came in, I believe, 5th or 6th last week. So yeah, he had a really good race last week, and surely he'll be looking to duplicate that because Cypher Knight is currently it looks like he's in 4th with points, 86 points. So he's doing a really good job. We'll definitely see more from him out on track. Oh, yep, I didn't even realize it, y'all. It's like sleepwalking. I ran from the commentary box back down here to the pit. Yep, and that was qualifying. And so, yeah, with our qualifying, we will see. Let me go ahead and, yes, I want to retire. I want to monitor. There we go. So, yes, we will have Marcos in first, Bax in second, GTS in third, Interceptor is in fourth, Snaker is in fifth, Chef is in sixth. Excuse me, y'all. McCaleb is seventh, Schwami is eighth, Cypher Knight ninth, Agulator 10th, Max Play 11th, and Math Gamer is bringing up the rear in 12th. And it looks like these guys do have a 1 minute, just one more minute until they sink in. And I'm going to take a quick advantage of that and grab me a drink real fast. Hey Pete, as soon as I come back before this race, I'll grab me a drink, I'll read your message and talk to you. Yeah, Pete, the last couple tracks, the grip level on the Radicals seems to have changed a lot. I'm not sure if it's the temperature or what, but yeah, I also have been having a really hard time the last couple races, so don't feel bad. We are down to 20 seconds for these guys to sink in, and I'm going to do my absolute best to keep up with these guys through these first couple turns, but there's going to be a lot of position changes. And why does it look like we no longer have Sid? And yep, we are sinking in, and they are getting ready to take off. Oh, and they are off. Yep, looks like a couple of guys got some really good starts there, as we do have Bax still in the lead, followed with, oh, now Snaker has made his way up into second, followed by Marcus, Interceptor, GTS. Oh, GTS has moved down. Chef made the pass. Swami is in seventh. Cypher Knight. Oh, Math Gamer made his way up past Max Play into ninth. Max Play fell down to 10th. Agulator is 11th. McCaleb is in 12th, which is, yeah, he must have had a bad start there. It looked like some of the guys got a great start. Fantastic so far through these first few very difficult turns, especially in these cars. And we will go back up here to Bax. Bax has managed to get himself almost a 3/4 second lead at the moment over Snaker in second place. I'm trying to make sure I can catch some of the guys. We got a lot going on later on down here in the field. It looks like we have I am currently on GTS. He has Chef right there behind him. Looks like Chef is going to try to go around the outside. No, does not quite have the position to make it happen, but he will be trying it again here very soon, as someone did not like a cone as it goes flying. Oh, this is a great camera shot of these guys coming down the front straight. And I'm going to real quick, let me see if I can get the speedo up. I want to see how fast they're getting through there. Get our map up. Sorry about that, everybody. And yes, so far Snaker is not letting, oh, Snaker is letting Bax go because he went really wide right there. He was right up on the back of Bax, but he has now fallen down to fourth at the moment. He'll make his way back up, I'm sure. He's caught in a little bit of a pack. Marcos has made his way up into second place. GTS is in third. We got a nice little four-way going on here between GTS, Snaker, ESR Chef, and my man who I'm rooting for, Cypher Knight, in sixth. And also towards the back of the field, Agulator is right on Max Play, so we will see him going for a move very shortly. Oh, the middle of the field is separated a little bit. It looks like Schwami has fallen back a little bit from Cypher Knight. Cypher Knight has made his way by Schwami. ESR, where's ESR? Seems something must have happened. He may have spun or something happened. He has fallen down into 7th place. Damian Johnson, hey, how you doing? Good to have you tuning in for the race, and along with everybody else that is currently watching. These guys just have got started. That is a great pass by ESR right there, making it by Interceptor. Interceptor still right behind him though. Let's stick with these guys. They're going to try to go side by side, I think, through this turn. Oh, Interceptor does back out a little bit. It probably was the safer decision to go with there. Very tricky turns right here. You can go through them side by side, but quite difficult. Snaker and GTS are right on top of each other. Snaker not wanting to let GTS go at the moment. And yet we also have a battle at the back with, we've got a little bit of room light right there. I got to check in on McCaleb. Him and Max Play were both very close. I'm not sure what happened to Max Play though. He may have just gone a little too much to the inside, but it almost looked like he just let McCaleb by. So not too sure what happened there. Let's get back up here to Interceptor and ESR Chef. Oh, that must be what happened to ESR Chef earlier. Yes, Chef has been filling in for a lot of drivers. He's been doing a massive car change here lately, and he's actually doing a really good job at keeping up with all these different cars. I, for one, suffer very badly when I go from car to car. But that did let Interceptor to go on by. Interceptor is currently in 7th, but he is just barely outside the 1 second range from Schwami. Schwami is currently having him some very nice laps. We are currently on lap 4 of this 90-minute race. Not quite 10 minutes into it, only 6. And hopefully my voice can keep up with these drivers tonight, y'all. And it looks like GTS is within the 1 second range of Snaker. Yep, Interceptor has closed in on Schwami as well. Max Play, as I had to go through the pit, we do have another spin. Oh, these cars, that turn 1 and 2, with these cars, the throttle is so sensitive on these guys. Can be very difficult for them to get the power down the way they want to coming out of those tight turns, especially after you come down that long straight. Any heat you built up through the turns, you'll lose on your tires going down the straight. And we're going to go to Cypher Knight because Cypher Knight is within the 1 second range of Snaker, and Interceptor is also within the 1 second range of Schwami as well. And yeah, Max Play is definitely suffering from this horrendously long pit lane here at the Indianapolis road course. You can really stop in your pit, get your whole car fixed from 4 tires, full fuel, full load of fuel, and have a wrecked car and get it completely fixed in about the amount of time it takes to go just to drive down pit lane. Schwami not quite close enough to make the move yet, so I'm going to check in on Interceptor because he is close enough to make the move. Schwami definitely feeling the pressure. We had looked like a back marker getting out of the way there, so these guys could carry on. Great move by the back marker, and I think all the circumstances right there. It was a great move from Interceptor. Schwami, I believe, was in just a little of a pinch. He was trying to stick really far to the inside to give the back marker plenty of room. and but unfortunately it looked like it just kind of left the door open for Interceptor. Oh, I'm telling you, Joanna, you're gonna love that Radical. It is a really fun car to drive. But Swami still right here on the back of Interceptor within the 1 second range. And these guys have been right here together for quite some time. And I believe, I want to check in on, they have just, yep, Swami fell out of the 1 second range. So I'm going to check in on Chef. He's in a little bit of a pocket right now. Yeah, because he is 4 seconds out from Swami in front of him. And yeah, about 4 seconds in front of Agulator. I believe I did see a comment on our Discord channel that our man Sig made for us. Him saying something about this is one of the longest races he has attempted to date, so it'll be interesting to see how the fatigue sets in on him later on during the race. It definitely doesn't bother him to do the 40-minute races or the 1 hour race in the Radical, but that extra 30 minutes can make a good bit of difference. It's almost a whole nother race again. And since everyone is a little spread out, I'm going to go up here to our leader, Bax. He is doing a great job in first place with an 8 second lead at the moment over Marcos. Going to be really interesting to see how pit strategy plays into this. As I keep saying, this is a ungodly long pit lane. You can do so much to your car in the time it takes to go down the pit lane. So even just, you don't need tires, you just need to stop in for just 2 or 3 liters of fuel. It's liable to take a minute or two. Take almost cost you a full lap to get down pit lane. Yep, and so yes, we currently have Marcos in second, and let's go down here to GTS. He is closing in on Marcos. He is now within the 1 second range. So Bax is a little safe at the moment. Marcos is definitely in and out of danger of losing his position. And let's check in on Interceptor. Interceptor has managed to catch up to Cypher Knight. Cypher Knight now under pressure from Interceptor, but Interceptor is just barely within the 1 second range, so Cypher Knight he's not, completely in the hot seat. Cypher Knight is going defensive down into turn 1. Oh no, it looks like Interceptor did manage to get around him there. He must have got a better run on the last turn exit. Let's see what the fuel difference is between these two guys. Oh, as we do have another driver round. Yeah, see, like I said, those first 2 turns are very vicious for spinning these cars around. So, where am I? I am on Interceptor. Interceptor with 78 liters of fuel. Cypher Knight also 78 liters of fuel. So these guys will be pitting at about the same time. It's going to be really hard tonight for these guys to make up positions from the pit. I have a feeling this once again extremely long pit lane is going to be devastating to some of these guys' race tonight. Yes, Cypher Knight is doing a great job of keeping up with Interceptor at the moment. We are only 13 minutes into this race, still an hour, 17 minutes to go. And currently we sit with Bax in first place. Marcos is in second. GTS is in third. Interceptor in 4th place. Not too terrible far outside of a podium position at this point, but you know, he's doing a good job. Yeah, he's starting to definitely pull away from Cypher Knight. I really wish I could see what kind of tires these guys are running. The way he's pulling away, I almost want to say Cypher Knight is on hards, and Interceptor could possibly be running softs. Cypher Knight is currently in 5th. Schwami is in 6th place. ESR Chef is in 7th, but he is now closing in on Schwami once again. Yeah, very, very tricky throttle on these cars. Very easy to let the rear end get a little bit loose. Agulator is in 8th. McCaleb is in 9th. And Max Play is in 10th. Max Play has had some issues again in the start of this race, but the fact that he is hanging in there is fantastic. I always like to give all the guys that hang in after having a little bit of trouble, you know, a big shout out, because it is very tough to hang in the race once you've had a bad start. So yeah, Max Play, great job for hanging in there, man. Just stay on it. I think you can catch up. It's a long race. I believe you can catch up still to the other drivers. Let's go up here to GTS. GTS is closing in on, nope, he's in and out of that 1 second mark, or 1 second from Marcos. Pete, I'm not telling you my lap time. I'm embarrassed. I'm not extremely far off a pace, but I'd like to think I'm somewhere in the middle, but at the same time, I feel like I'm kind of tooting my own horn. I'm fairly off pace on that too. Oh no, and there's Razy. Razy says he thinks what, reasonable? Wow. Oh yeah, one of the drivers we did have a disconnect from some of our drivers, which is very unfortunate. Oh, 125, Razy's really trying to set the bar for us, which I have no doubt that Razy would probably run a 125 around Hockenheim National on Friday, but I don't know about the rest of us. Like I said, Razy kind of turned into an alien on us all of a sudden. And yep, oh, thanks everybody for tuning in. And we are still on we're still on GTS. He is back within the 1 second from Marcos. I want to take a look at what kind of fuel level. No, they're about the same. It looks like Marcos either started with a little bit more fuel or isn't burning quite as much fuel. He may not be burning quite as much fuel because he's a little far back, but he should just be barely within the slipstream of Marcos. But, oh, wait a minute, though. I'm completely wrong because it's Marcos that has more fuel, and it's GTS I'm thinking that's burning more. Yep, look at that. Way to mess that up, Jukebox. It's alright, though. Everybody does it. And we do still have 10 drivers. 1 hour and 13 minutes left. Yeah, these guys really just are. We're going to see some constant battles for 2nd and 3rd place. If I remember right, we should start seeing some pit stops out of 1 or 2 of the drivers within the next 15 minutes. I think towards the end of 15 minutes. Definitely once we get down to 45 minutes in the race, we should see just about everybody coming through on pits. And, yep, I'm going to be quiet for just a second. Y'all grab me a drink, and then I'm going to go back down through the list and see if I can figure out what everybody's splits are, and let y'all know how much time is in between these drivers. Sorry for being so quiet there, y'all. I had a couple messages on our Discord channel that I recommend everybody should go check out. The link is on the bottom right-hand side of the GAVRA Racing website, and the address for the website is gavraracing.altervista.org. And just to let y'all know, the fuel in the top right-hand corner and the tires, those are for my car sitting in the pit. So don't count on that being the actual driver's tire temperature. I kind of wish I could see some of the tire temperature and stuff like that, and so I could analyze these guys' pit strategies a little bit better as they're racing. But yeah, up in the top right-hand corner, that 54 liters and the soft slicks are my tires in the pit, unfortunately. But the fact that my car's sitting in the pit and is actually using fuel, which I guess if I was a responsible person, I would go down to the pit, turn the car off so it wasn't just sitting there running, but I'm not that responsible. But yeah, no, that information up there is for my car in the pit, and not the other drivers. And I think, one of our administrators, Razy, actually made a really good point, and it was something I had already thought about, just hadn't got to yet. But yeah, Razy, it's a good point. I definitely need to make some kind of little banner, or need to come up with something to put up there over that, at least the vehicle status, the fuel, and the tires. I do kind of like the fact that the game actually reveals our temperatures for us, and I may start setting mine to Celsius, because I know most of y'all do use Celsius. Like I said before, you know, America. If I want to use a wrench for something, I use what we call standard. There's nothing standard about it. We're the only country that uses it. Everybody else uses metric. It's ridiculous. But I'm gonna shut up about that, and yeah, these guys are just not letting each other go. Max Play is back into the pit. Max is still, he's got a nice first place with wow, almost a 16-second lead at the moment. So yeah, he's doing really good. I think Marcos and GTS must be slowing each other up just a little bit, with kind of a constant attack and defense going on here. If they could figure out how to work together a little bit, they could catch up with Bax, but it would be, I think, very tough, though there is 1 hour and 7 minutes left. And let's check in on Interceptor. He is not too far behind. Interceptor is 5 seconds behind GTS. And we have Cypher Knight in 5th. He is 6.2 seconds behind Interceptor. Schwami is in 6th. Schwami is only right at 3 seconds behind Cypher Knight, so he's in a good position. Some of these guys are in really good positions to run the distance and catch their rivals later on. Yep, see, Agulator also only 5 seconds behind Schwami, managing to keep some really good pace. Looked like he gave us just a little bit of a show of a lockup, little puff of smoke back there. Good job of holding on to that car with the tires locked up, though. It's a very difficult car. Our man Chef is in currently 8th. He is only just right at 3 seconds, about 2.8 seconds actually from Agulator. And McCaleb has had a little bit, it looks like he's had a little bit of a bad luck. He is, it looks like 2 minutes and 10 seconds from ESR, but really long pit tonight, y'all. There's going to be a lot of change up going on when these guys start having to go down that 20-mile long pit lane. Now it's not really 20 miles long, but it definitely feels like 20 miles long. I mean, the drivers can take a nap while they go down that thing. And Max Play, man, great job for still hanging in there. You are 3 minutes behind McCaleb, but once again, man, any driver that has a little bit of bad luck like this at the beginning of the race and manages to stick it out for the whole race, I have so much respect for. Oh, as I should have left him alone, he is spinning out. I'm going to try and keep the camera off of you and try to keep commentators cursed off of you there. Looks like he's slowing down to let some of the front runners on by. Let's go on up here to Bax. Bax is currently our leader, and I'm gonna grab me a quick drink again, y'all, and check some Discord messages that it looks like I've got, and check the live feed again real quick too, so I can keep up with all y'all. Okay, it's okay, Snaker. I have to be honest. I was having a hard time reading your name on the live chat, and but I should from now on I should remember who you are. Yeah, you had a really good start. Yeah, and we still have had several disconnects. We are down now to 9 drivers, unfortunately, but that is still plenty enough drivers on this track to make one hell of a race. Yep, and I am still here, y'all. Sorry about that quick little second break. Yeah, we still... Oh! No, I hit a button. No, I don't want to leave. This race is too good. When you accidentally hit the wrong button altogether. Yeah, we are still currently on backs. See what he's getting at, kind of speed he's getting up to. Looked like he hit about 167 before he had to hit the brakes. So yeah, really flying down through here. And yeah, still we have finally got down to we have the first 30 minutes of this race out of the way. These guys do still have 1 hour left. Usually fatigue for these guys isn't really setting in, just isn't setting in yet. It's about the time this is usually when they start getting very comfortable with where they're at and how they're driving. Fatigue will set in within about sometime in the last 30 minutes though on these guys. And yes, Bax is still currently in the lead, now with a 21-second lead, fixing to be 22 seconds over GTS, who is in second, who has a 3-second lead over Marcos in third. And Marcos has a 2-second lead over Interceptor in fourth, so Interceptor still managing to keep up with him. Cypher Knight, Cypher Knight is, Cypher Knight is having to go down this mile-long pit. Though it doesn't look like he needs fuel, he may need tires, perhaps. The ESR is not too bad. ESR is only about 20 seconds out from, no, not quite. He's 6 seconds out from Agulator. Oh, nope, sorry, that changed again, y'all. He is now 13 seconds out from Agulator. He was behind Swami. Swami did manage to make a move, I believe, around Agulator there, and I missed the camera shot. Sorry about the clicking, y'all. Kind of just moving a few things around here. And we are currently on ESR Chef. He is a stand-in driver tonight. And he's doing a really good job. These cars are very difficult to handle. Like I said, he's been doing a lot of stand-in a lot of the different races. He's been doing a lot of from car to car. He did have a great race Monday in the BMW Vintage Series. And after everybody watches this race, make sure you go over and check out the well, it'll already be over by the time this one's over, but the Academy is, it gets on the gas a little too hard there and spins it around. And I'm trying to see, where is my map? No, it was a front and back marker that went by him, so he did not lose a position there. He is on lap with Cypher Knight. Cypher Knight is still right at 20 seconds behind him, so and of course definitely can catch up. Cypher Knight did go through the pits. So he is, I believe, one of the first drivers to pit. As I said, we would probably start seeing them pit with somewhere around the first 1 hour. And I'm going to get the camera off Cypher Knight so he doesn't get the commentator's curse and has a chance to get his car tires warmed back up for the track. And who is, let me look down through here, see who are the closest drivers at the moment. See, it looks like GTS, Marcos are within 4 seconds of each other. They're not too far off. And I believe, well, Interceptor also isn't too terrible behind Marcos. So the middle of the pack is separated by each one by a few seconds, but they are still within plenty of range of each other. As long as they stay on it, run some really good consistent laps. Then they should they will definitely tighten back up. To everybody that has been watching this series, they always do. These guys will spread out and tighten back up several times, and it is getting about the time. Usually right around the pit stop times, we'll start seeing the guys get grouped back up a little bit. Sorry for being quiet there for just a second, y'all. This is an awful lot of talking. Definitely more than I'm used to, seeing as how I live alone, and usually I only talk to my dogs. Yes, I'm one of those crazy people that sits around and has conversations with my animals. Apparently, Interceptor found that quite shocking, as he almost went off track as I was saying it. Yep, that's right, Interceptor. I'm one of those crazy people that has a lot of dogs, and I sit around and talk to my dogs all the time. Or I talk to you guys here watching the race. And, but most of the time, everybody that's tuning in and jumps on the live feed, y'all really do tend to make much better conversation. And I'm ready. I want to see some of these guys start coming in for pits, so I have a little bit more to talk about. And yeah, everybody, make sure you tune in. We have races that are broadcast every day of the week at this point. Mondays we have the BMW 2002 Stance Works. And a F1 race. Tuesday we have 2 F1 races. I believe today is Wednesday, and we have GTE race, and there is an Academy race going on. There may also be an Academy race Tuesday as well. Times generally tend to be 21:30 Italy time. On, like, for instance, today this is a longer race. Wednesday and Thursday, the GT1 class and the GTE class do start 30 minutes early. They start at 2100 Italy time. Because, like I said, these are longer races. Oh, is someone in the back looks like really had a hard time there. I don't know who that was. I kind of want to go look, but it looked like they had a pretty bad spin out, and I'm just gonna leave them alone with it, and not go putting the camera on. But yeah, and then Friday there is the Radical races, and you should tune in for that as well. Cypher Knight where is Cypher Knight? There is Cypher Knight. Cypher Knight and Dutch Muso are the commentators for the Radical race. They do a great job. All our commentators do a great job. Cadwell 5 covers, and I believe Diddix cover the GTE class. The GT1 has been going through a little bit of back and forth. James Head 14 is still basically like more or less the main commentator. He's just been really busy, and if he has time to come back and cover some of them, he will for y'all. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do my best to cover for him. Tuesday, I need to check in to see who is now covering all the F1 races, but I know the Group A is covered by me and Toby51. And Monday on the BMW is covered by Phantom Boss, great commentator, drives in the F1 league, and me. And this Saturday we have a special treat. Every third Saturday we have a LMP1 Endurance Series. It's a great series to watch. The guys put a lot of time into it. They have a 3-hour race. I believe they will be at Fiji this weekend, so it's going to be a great race on Saturday. It should start at I believe 2100 Italy time, so make sure y'all tune in for that. And it's a really long race. I think this time I'm going to see if maybe I can get a couple of guest commentators to come in and speak for a little while or something, or we'll figure something out. But yeah, it's a long race, but it's great to watch. The drivers put a lot into it, and so everybody should really check it out. I think it's the Endurance Series is one I think the couple of us here at GAVRA Racing would like to see do really well, and but so far it's doing really good. Very hard to finish, as any endurance race is. And yep, see, I'm on Cypher Night. Let's go. Let's check in on who else is somewhat close. Interceptor is within 2.5 seconds of Marcos now. He is trying to reel him in a little bit. We should, before too much longer, start seeing some of these guys come in for some pits. As we see, McCaleb is finally, he's coming on in for a pit, but it looks like he still has plenty of fuel. I wonder if he may be taking tires. He is stopping. He might be getting something fixed. Nope, they're not going for tires. Just a splash of fuel. Maybe he had a little bit of aero damage or something. I'm not too sure why he had to go through there and pit. But yeah, he's still in the pit. Yeah, as y'all can see, this is it's an ungodly long pit lane. You can't go through this pit without literally losing a lap. So let's go back up here to our leader, Bax, now with a 25-second lead. Way to go, Bax. And if y'all can't tell, Sig did have disconnect issues. We did end up losing Sig. That's why we're not seeing Sig up here at the top. But it does give some of the other drivers opportunity to get up there as well. Because Sig's basically an alien too. He says he's just European, but I think I don't think that's it. I think he's an alien. He's just too fast. Yep. And so far, everyone is fairly locked into their positions. Swami is going through the pit. And yeah, Agulator has managed to go on by him while he was in there. And this will give me the chance. We'll wait and we'll see how all this plays out. If it plays out like I think it will, I think these guys will end up about right where they were. Because pit lane is so long. And Agulator will have to pit again. or he'll have to pit, and I believe that will put Agulator, or yeah, back behind him again. Like I said, it's really long pit lane. It's really gonna screw with the pit strategies and the change up here. Is, yeah, we're starting to see all the drivers are starting to come in and pit now. Everybody's coming in for fuel and tires. Yep, Bax. Yeah, see, as we can see, you know, Bax has lost 2 positions so far. Just getting into pit lane and taking fuel and tires. He is on his way out, but I believe, well, GTS is behind him. Here comes GTS. Nope, it was Aguilera that was behind him. No, sorry, GTS is in the pit. Aguilera is moving up. Aguilera has moved up into 3rd. Yeah, see, really, just because this pit lane is so long and it spits you out in a really bad place, it's very difficult to not get a pit exit penalty coming out of this pit lane. So yeah, as we can see right now, pit stops are going to have a huge impact on the lineup tonight, because we now have Agulator up to 3rd, though he will have to pit, and it could possibly put him all the way back down to where he was. Trying to do the best I can to make a little bit of sense of how long it takes these guys to pit and how it's going to affect their positions here for you, so I can try to explain it a little bit to y'all. Of course, some of y'all are going to know much better than me, but is what it is. Yep, Interceptor now in the lead. He has not pitted. He's still got plenty of fuel. He can stay out for a while. He did miss that turn though. Hopefully he will not get a time penalty. Hopefully it'll let him just take a slowdown. The closest person he has to him is Marcos. Marcos is 3.5 seconds behind him though. And yep, Agulator now in the pit. Hard to tell if he took tires or not. He's definitely going to be taking fuel. He was very low. Cypher Knight has made his way up into 4th. Does not look like he needs to pit anytime soon. Looks like he has plenty of fuel. And it looks like, oh, yep, we now have teammates in 3rd and 4th, Bax and Cypher Knight. Yep, and once again, good to have everybody that is tuning in and watching. Glad to have y'all here. And we are right at halfway through this race. It was a 90-minute race. We are now down to 43 minutes left. A lot still can happen. These guys are starting to come through and do pits, so we're seeing a lot of change up and some pit strategy start to kick in here. Oh, as Interceptor, I didn't get there quite in time, but Interceptor has spun around and it let Marcos take the lead. But like I said, Marcos has yet to stop for a pit, so he will be doing that sometime soon. If I remember right, Marcos is the guy that he's got his fuel usage pinpointed. I believe I saw him in one race. He came into the pit every time literally with 1 liter of fuel. So yeah, he definitely has a great handle on how much fuel he's going through. Interceptor currently in 2nd place, also has not pitted yet. Bax appears he has plenty of fuel, so I believe he has pitted. He is in 3rd, so he will be moving. Yeah, Bax did have the lead, so he should move right back up into 1st position once everyone, Marcos and Interceptor stop, because it is a really long pit lane. Cypher Knight has plenty of fuel. He can stay out for a while. He may be able to move up into second place once everyone else does some pit stops. GTS in 5th. GTS has hit it, so he will also be moving up once Marcos and Interceptor pit. Swami's good. He will also be staying out for a little while, along with Agulator, ESR, and Caleb. So yes, we are still waiting to see Marcos and Interceptor pit, which is going to cost them positions, but they have done a great job and managed to hold on to first and second place for a while. Regardless of whether or not it's from pit stops or whatever, that is a top-notch job in my book. And y'all, excuse me for 1 second again while I grab me a quick drink. Sorry, y'all. I hate to sit here and not keep talking to y'all for a minute. I feel like I abandoned y'all every time I go to take me a quick drink and take a second, but hopefully y'all will forgive me. I am trying to make my voice hang in here for this race, just like the drivers are doing. They do have just under 40 minutes left. Fatigue should definitely be starting to kick in on some of them. Like Chef is getting down. He's approaching his longest race time of 1 hour. So we'll have to see how the fatigue, the extra 30 minutes of fatigue affects his driving. Regardless of the fact that he is in 8th place, he is doing a great job. I keep saying these cars are incredibly difficult to handle. All these other guys have had 7 races previously to get a handle on the car. He is jumping in here as a stand-in. So, oh, and we have Interceptor is now going through the pit, and yep, so Marcos also going through the pit. And how far down the pack these guys will go, I'm not sure, but as I said, yep, and predicted, Bax is now he will be coming around in just a second. Yep, he's coming around the last turn now. So, yes, Bax will definitely get the first place back. Is Marcos... No, Marcos is still taking fuel and tires. So, yeah, Bax definitely will have that first place back. And a decent little lead there. Cypher Knight, where are you at, Cypher Knight? Cypher Knight, come on, Cypher Knight, coming around the last turn. He will also manage to get up into second place while Marcos is in the pit. Looks like Marcos is moving, but GTS is close behind. It looks like GTS is going to manage to get in front of Marcos as well. Will he? No, he should get back out on pit in plenty of time to get back out in front of Interceptor. Yeah, Interceptor is just now coming around the last turn into the straight. So yeah, hopefully he should he had plenty of time to get on back out there. Yeah, see y'all, really long pit lane. He's still out there in the pit. He just is finally starting to get to the track. Nice pit strategies from Bax, and especially Cypher Knight. Cypher Knight's pit strategy alone has put him into second position. And he can still stay out for a while. He does still have a good bit of fuel. He'll be out for quite a while still. Well, let me run through here. I'm going to run through here and see if I have a prediction on who we will see it next. It will be a little while though. Yeah, Cypher Knight in second. GTS is in third. He'll be out for a while. Marcos, we just saw pit. He will probably be out for the duration of the race. So if Cypher Knight has to pit, GTS and Marcos could make the position up and knock Cypher Knight out of second position. Interceptor's going to be out for quite a while. I don't think he's going to stop for the rest of the race. I don't think we'll see Schwami stop again either. Agulator, no, we will not see Agulator stop again, nor ESR Chef. Caleb is gonna be like Cypher Knight. They're gonna be really close. They may or may not have enough fuel to make it all the way to the end. They may both have to pit. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not really sure how much fuel these guys are using at the moment going around the track. But I have to say, the fact that no one has picked up a time penalty so far is incredible. Like I said, the pit exit is ungodly at this track. It puts you out in the absolute worst place. It's incredibly long. When you finally get to the end of it, you just want to hit the gas and get on the track, because you just went down 20 miles of pit lane. But it is the punishment is very unforgiving. Cypher Knight is still having a really good run, having a great race tonight. Yeah, and I am still here, y'all. Don't mind me when I get quiet for just a second. Excuse the little cough there. And it looks like, yes, GTS is catching up with Cypher Knight. He does have much more fuel than Cypher Knight. I don't know if Cypher Knight is going to have to pit or not. I don't believe he has pitted at all yet. It looks like he is going to try to stay out for absolutely as long as he possibly can. Is GTS able to make the move down the straight? Cypher Knight is on the defense. Very close. Cypher Knight has managed to hold on to it. Oh, a little bit of back and forth between these two turns. GTS has made the move, but now Cypher Knight has taken the position back. As you can tell going down through there, it really is just all about being in the right place on the track. It looks like GTS managed to maintain the better line and caught the outside coming around the last turn and was able to get on the gas a little bit faster. That was some great driving from both of those guys. For a minute there, I thought they were fixing to swap a little bit of paint, but they did not. Though I believe you probably could have barely slid a playing card in between them when they came through those turns. They were incredibly tight. Shows the skill level of these drivers, how close they can get to each other without making contact and ruining each other's race. Which, after all, is the great thing about league racing, is you're not 100% guaranteed a clean race from everybody, but if something happens, there are stewards, and you pretty much are guaranteed that if something happens, it's not on purpose. When these guys do bump each other, it is 100% accidental. And they usually show great respect for each other when that does happen. Yeah, GTS really managing to make a great move. Cypher Knight is getting... He's still got a lot of fuel. He can still stay out for several laps. Though the way GTS is getting by him there, though, I think Cypher Knight may be starting to lose some of his tires. Cause like I said, I don't think he has pitted yet. Besides these two, let's see, Marcos is 10 seconds out from Cypher Knight. Yeah, and of course I already said Marcos will be out for a while. He just has pitted about 2-3 laps ago. And we are finally down to the last 30 minutes of this 90-minute race. Maybe I'll get a second win along with the driver's second win, and we'll finish this thing on a really good high note for everybody. Yeah, we're still on Marcos. Marcos now 9 seconds from Cypher Knight, so he is trying to catch up with him, but Interceptor is only 5 seconds out from Marcos. So yeah, as long as Marcos doesn't drive too much with his rearview mirror, I think he'll be fine, as long as he just kind of ignores the fact that Cypher Knight's back there for now, waits for him to get right up on him. He'll be alright. But Interceptor has done, he's been doing really good on catching up with people once he gets them in their sights. So I think we can definitely count on seeing a good battle here for 4th and 5th position. And still, backs, while these guys are running out through here, I'm going to go back. Oh, no, we do have Marcos is, yep, Cypher Knight has finally had to go through the pit. I had a feeling his tires were starting to wear out on him. And he has so far, yeah, he's going to lose several positions here. Let me see. I believe he can get back out. Where is Swami? No, Swami's coming around the last turn. He's going to lose the position to Swami as well. Agulator also coming around, fixing to come around the last turn. Oh, this pit stop's really going to hurt Cypher Knight's position. It's just, this pit lane is so long. If it was half as long, he could have definitely got back out there in front of a lot of these guys. Does look like he is finally on the move, but he is, I believe, going to be behind Agulator as well. Yep, he is. And where is Chef? Chef is... Alright, Chef still has not quite got to the last turn, so he is going to stay quite a bit in front of Chef. 13 seconds behind Agulator. 27 minutes left. I've got faith in Cypher Knight. I believe he can definitely he can make up some good ground and still possibly challenge Agulator for 6th position. And of course, I'm also assuming none of these other guys will have to pit again. I really don't think Bax is going to have to pit, as we do have someone going wide. Looked like it was a back marker. We have GTS is still in 2nd. Marcos is in a very nice 3rd. He was probably, he must had to have been a little worried there for a little while when all the pit stops put him so far to the back. But yep, pit stops put him right back up on top as well. So hopefully that made him feel a little more comfortable. Interceptor is in 4th. And yeah, he's got a good little lead in front of Schwami, and he is close enough to still catch up with Marcos. Oh, and I wanted to look. Yeah, he will. I don't believe he'll be pitting. I don't think any of these guys will be pitting anymore during this race. I think this is going to be pretty much it. Aguilator is currently in 6th position. Not too terrible far behind Schwami, so he can make it up. Yep. And I keep going on and on about how Cypher Knight can catch up, but he can. He can do it. ESR Chef is 23 seconds out from Cypher Knight, but you know, all you have to do is they've got 26 seconds left. 26 minutes left, sorry y'all. And what did I say? About an 8-second gap. If he can outpace Cypher Knight by about 2 seconds per lap, he should be able to catch him by the end of the race. It was McCaleb that had gone around in the turn. McCaleb was having a really good race. It looks like he's had a little bit of a turn of unfortunate events here, and it's put him down into 9th. But he is hanging in there, so great job, McCaleb. Still, I have crazy respect for all of the guys that run into a little bit of bad luck and stick around and finish the race, even though they are behind. It's really hard to do, but you got my respect for doing it, and definitely from the other guys too. Excuse me, y'all. And let's go up here and check on Bax. Bax is our leader, so we still have 24 minutes left in this race. And we're gonna go around the track in his cockpit cam. And let's see if we can. That'll work. Of course, my sticker is right in the way. And hold on, I'll see if I can do a little something about that for this right around the track. Let's see, we want to hide that interface, and nope, we'll leave that one up there. There we go. I finally figured out how to get all of it off of there, y'all. So, we are doing a right around the track with our leader Bax at the moment. Sun is starting to get a little bit low, so we should start seeing some beautiful sunsets here at the Indianapolis road course. And while I do have y'all on a right around with Bax in first position, I am going to mute my mic for 1 minute and refill my drink. But I am here. Oh, how you doing, Kev? It's good to see you on the feed. It's not going bad. Fixing to take me a short, about a 30-second break though. Refill my drink, and see if it'll make my scratchy throat just a little bit better, so I can do a good job of finishing this race up for these drivers. And of course, yep, as promised, I am back. Can't decide if I'm gone too long when I do that or not. It doesn't feel like I'm gone very long, but at the same time, I feel like I have abandoned the viewers when I disappear for more than just a second. Yep, and even though I was quiet, I'm sure y'all could tell how great of a job Bax is doing around this track. That was a fantastic. I believe he did 2, almost 3 laps there. And I'm real quick going to Interceptor. Interceptor is in and out of the 1 second range of Marcos. It looks like McCaleb has gone through the pit again. Agulator also is starting to reel in Cypher Knight, only 2 seconds out now. It looks like that is potentially slowing them down from catching Swami a little bit. Bax still has a 25.5 second lead over GTS. I know Bax is very happy. He's having a fantastic race. And yep, no, just a little bit of in and out of the time. But Interceptor's really trying to catch on up with Marcos. And they do only have 19 minutes left, so yeah, he'll definitely have to put the pressure on and be working on trying to get around him if he's going to get it done in the next couple of laps. As you can see, that was a great example of with McCaleb coming out of the pit and just how bad the pit puts you off there. We do have, who was it? Was that Marcos? Oh no, Marcos has gone wide through the turn, and oh, that has really hurt his position. GTS is now in second with Interceptor in third. Marcos, you are only 8 seconds behind. Marcos is only 8 seconds behind Interceptor. 18 minutes. It is still possible for him to catch him if he can keep a really good pace up. Oh, well, thanks for tuning in when you could, Joanna. Yeah, I know how it is. It's real world always gets in the way of having good fun, doesn't it? But yes, here we are. I am still on Marcos as he is trying to catch up to Interceptor. Not too terrible far behind him. He has a good chance of catching up. And who else is fairly close? Cypher Knight and Agulator still a little bit in back and forth. Agulator has fallen back a little bit from Cypher Knight. He is now 5 seconds behind Cypher Knight. I'm not sure if Cypher Knight just put the pedal down or if something happened and Agulator lost a little time there, but I'm still rooting for Cypher Knight, fellow commentator here at GAVRA Racing. And any of y'all watching, if you are one of our commentators and I have missed your name, there are a couple of new ones covering the Academy and such. And if I've missed y'all, I don't have y'all on the commentators list at the end of the race on the GAVRA team screen. Just let me know on the Discord. That the link is on the bottom of the GAVRA Racing website yeah, y'all just give me a message on there and I'll make sure I get you added, along with any host or administrators that I have overlooked and have yet to get added to that list. Oh, hey Bowie, how you doing, man? No, Sig, he got a disconnect with it. We had a lot of trouble with the first lobby with some disconnects, and they had to start over with a fresh lobby, and not as many drivers got disconnected, but several other drivers did, unfortunately, still get disconnected from the new lobby. Let's see here. Who else is... No one else is very close at the moment. I want to pay McCaleb. McCaleb is hanging in there and running. He is running his race. So I want to give him a little bit of camera time, because I keep saying I got crazy respect for all these guys that run into a little bit of trouble and still hang in there and finish the race. Just mad respect for you guys. And I think a lot of drivers ignore the fact that the course, you know, you want to win and place well in the race, but the first goal of any race is to actually finish. So, you know, past that, you know, you get a good spot, that's great, but it's tough to finish a race. So yeah, all you guys, you know, that have a little bit of bad luck, get behind from everybody, you stick around. That's a great job. It's great to see y'all do that. Yeah, Bowie, it's a very difficult car to handle. Chef has had a few little spin outs, but he's held in really good. Yeah, this car, you know how it is. You just give it just that little bit of too much gas coming on the exit of a turn, and it just spins you right around. And where is he? There we are. There is Chef right there. His last lap was or I believe that is actually his fastest lap so far. His fastest lap has been a 1:19.94, or that could have been his last lap. I get a little confused on which one of those times is which, but he is currently, it says he's running faster than the leaders, almost by a full second. Oh, and then he slowed down a second. I'll stop talking about your Chef. We'll go over here to Agulator, see how he's doing. And Agulator currently in 7th. He is 13 seconds behind Cypher Knight. And I think I already said we will not be seeing any of these guys pit again unless something really tragic happens, which we have seen some of the guys have to pit right at the very end. But it doesn't look like anybody is going to have to do that, like I said, unless something really tragic happens. And yeah, so this time I will go from the bottom instead of the top. We have Caleb is sitting in 9th place. ESR Chef is in 8th. Agulator is in 7th. Cypher Knight is in 6th. Swami is in 5th. Marcos in 4th. Still looks like he's falling a little bit farther behind Interceptors. You get wide like he did, it's real easy for me anyway. I get it. It shakes me up. It takes me a couple of laps to get back on pace, and those couple laps it takes to get back on pace, of course, really hurts your time, puts you way behind the guy in front of you. GTS is in 2nd. He's been having a really good race so far as well. And Bax still in 1st with a 24-second lead. It has gone down a little bit, but he really, as long as he keeps it on track and keeps doing exactly what he's doing, he is in absolutely no danger whatsoever of losing his first place position. But here shortly we should see, it is about the time where we usually see some of the guys starting to group back up. Bowie, if you want, we can, because I'm not actually going through the PlayStation chat and everything, but if you want, I will get with you this week, and if you're not familiar with how the Discord chat works, which for everybody watching, any of the racers or any of our Discord community members, the Discord chat is super easy. It works just like a phone call. There's been several of the drivers that have done it. It's actually kind of easier than the PlayStation chat. But Bowie, I will get with you this week, and and make sure that you're familiar with how it works, and maybe we can get some of the other drivers a little bit more familiar with it, how it works, because yeah, the commentators do like doing the interviews. We like talking to you guys after the race and getting y'all's thoughts on the race. But yeah, just getting everybody up with a little bit familiar with all of it is just the last little thing. I've been so busy, I have to admit I've dropped the ball here lately on several of my responsibilities to y'all, like, you know, trying to get with y'all for the interviews and everything. But yeah, if you don't hear from me, make sure you message me and make sure I get with you so we can do it, because yeah, these are great races, and all of us commentators like the opportunity to talk to y'all after the race. Yeah, the Discord, it's I think just cause it's new, it's more scary than it actually is complicated. It all, for the most part, works really good. And yet, of course, Sig did a fantastic job of setting it up for all of us. And we are still on, who am I on? I forgot who I was on. We are on Bax. Bax is, looks like he has just completed lap 60. Yep, he is on lap 60 of this race. So, let's see, 9.5 minutes left, 1 minute 20 seconds per lap. Just real quick rough math off the top of my head, I'm going to say he's got about 6 more laps, so we should be looking at somewhere around 66 laps total for these guys. Yep, Petey Bib, man, it's great to see you still tuning in. And thanks for everybody for, you know, coming in and talking to me on the live chat. It actually does, you'd be surprised what it means to the commentators when y'all come in and talk to us a little bit. And but right now, y'all are gonna have to excuse me again, because I've got about to that point where I can't hardly talk. So I'm gonna hit mute for a second and drink a big giant glass of Sprite and quench my thirst. And I will be right back for the last 8 minutes of this race. Hopefully we'll see some of these guys reel each other in, and we'll have a couple last minute battles. We usually do. I'm hoping it continues. Sorry, y'all. Apparently, I left my drink down in my car, so I had to leave the commentary box, run down all those steps, down to the pit, get my drink out of my car, and real quick run right all the way back up all the steps to the commentator's box. So yeah, I'm a little bit winded from doing it, but managed to get back, and hopefully my voice will hang on in here for the last few minutes of this race. My voice is fatigued, but probably nowhere near as fatigued as these drivers have to be. I'm really curious as how Chef is handling it. I remember my first 3-hour endurance race here at GAVRA Racing. Man, about an hour and a half into it, I thought I was just going to die. I saw no way I was going to be able to finish the whole hour and a half, or the extra hour and a half, finish the whole 3 hours, but I did manage to get through it. But it was really tough. I was completely exhausted. So yeah, you're not used to it. It definitely plays a huge toll. And let's see here. Yep, we still have Bax is still in first. GTS is still in second. Interceptor, very nice third. Marcos did have that where he went wide. It did put him back into fourth, but he still really isn't in any danger. He's 15 seconds in front of Schwami, 20 seconds behind Interceptor. Unless something dramatic happens, we're not going to see a whole lot, but ESR Chef, with his longest race yet to date, is reeling in Agulator. Chef, I believe, may be getting a really good second win right here at the end of the race, which does happen quite a lot. You're feeling the fatigue, you're about just ready to give out, and then all of a sudden, there it is, your coffee kicked in and you are ready to go. He's really starting to put the pressure on Agulator. Agulator definitely in the hot seat at the moment. He is in danger of losing that position if Chef manages to catch him. And they do only have 4 minutes and 46 seconds left of this race. So Chef is also under the pressure to try to get the move done as fast as he can. Sorry about that, y'all. Thought I had my mic muted while I was hitting my e-cigarette. I managed to put cigarettes down and quit smoking about 2 years ago, but the e-cigarette is, I don't think I'll be putting that down. ESR Chef still right there behind Agulator. We're still putting the pressure on. If he can get just a little bit closer, Chef will be able to try to make a move. They don't have many laps left. I'm going to guess about 2 to 3 laps left at the most, so he's going to get it done. He's going to really try to get it done. Chef, though, in no danger from McCaleb, so if he does spin out trying to make the move, he's not going to lose his position, but if he spins out, he definitely will not be able to take that position. Very, very hard line to walk there. You want to give it everything. Oh, as Agulator really felt the pressure and spun it out. Oh, and Chef also around in turn 1. Who is going to get their car back together first? It looks like Agulator has managed to gather his car first and has got a little bit of a lead on Chef. Oh, that happens so often. One has a little bit of trouble. You feel good. You hit your gas to go for the pass, and it just does not quite stick. It looks like, I'm not sure what happened there, but Agulator it looked like Agulator let Chef by right there on that turn. So yeah, we do have a little, see, I promised everybody a little bit of last second action, and these guys are not failing to let us down. Chef has managed to make his way up into 7th place. And we are getting down to almost the last 2 minutes of this lap. And everyone is actually really setting about this close to the same lap times, right in the 120s, 121s. Everyone really managing to keep up a very good pace and run some very consistent laps throughout this whole race. That turn 1 has been just a monster for everyone. It is a very difficult turn in this track. Sorry about that, y'all. My half Chihuahua, half Pit Bull. Yeah, very odd combination. But my half Chihuahua, half Pit Bull just swore up and down she thought something moved outside. Of course, she now feels better. There's nothing moving. So back to this race. And yeah, thanks for everybody that has stuck in and watched the whole time, and thanks to everybody that is going to watch it back later on. These drivers have done a great job. It is really my honor to be able to cover these guys for all of the GAVRA races that I get to cover. It really is my honor and pleasure to do it. These guys put on a great show. They deserve to have it aired, and the administrators put a lot of work into the organization of all of it. And we are community driven. It is everyone donating their time. If you want to try to help, would like to help support what we do, there is a link at the bottom of the web page, which the web address is gavraracing.altavista.org. And I believe I saw on our Discord channel, I believe our leader Gavra has managed to get his computer fixed, so we should have the new standings on the web page updated very soon. But go there anyway, because I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how much information is on there. I go on there every day and I still haven't found all the stuff that he has on there. And looks like our race time is up. Where is Bax on the track? Alright, he does have to complete this lap, so we will have a 78 lap race. I believe Bax is most definitely going to be the winner. Like I said, unless we have some very tragic accidents happen. But let's see, Swami is our closest person at the moment to Marcos. Only 2.5 seconds out. But with this being, I think, about the last lap, I don't think we're really going to see a big change up from these guys. I think most everybody's going to, for the most part, I think, be fairly set here. And let me go up here to Bax, because I do not want to miss Bax coming across the line. He is, yep, and here he is coming down the front straight. There is our leader, giving us a great flash. That was a fantastic race, Bax. You really got out in front of everyone. Won with a 30-second lead. Fantastic job. Now, I want to see where is. I want to do my best to catch all of these guys coming across the line if I can. We are on GTS. GTS is going to come in second. Coming around. Where is he? Where you at, GTS? Oh, yeah, here you are getting ready to come around the last turn. GTS come around the last turn. GTS will have a great second place. He also won a really good race. Fantastic flash from him. Good job. Interceptor also. Oh, nice flash from Interceptor. I did manage to catch you coming across the line as well. Marcos is already having him a little bit of fun. Swami as well. It looks like most of our drivers have managed to get across the line. Cypher Knight is also, yep. Cypher Knight's going on around. I'm not sure, he can end up, I'm not sure if he could unlap himself a little bit more or not. I always get really confused at the end of some of these timed races. It can be very weird on knowing whether or not you can catch up or not. So let me get some of this stuff off of the screen for you guys. And there are our winners. Bax came in first, GTS second, Interceptor third, Marcos fourth, Swami fifth, Cypher Knight sixth, ESR Chef with a fantastic seventh as a stand-in, Agulator is eighth, McCaleb ninth, and I came in 10th. See? Look at there. Even in a race I wasn't in, I managed to make the top 10. Somehow. I don't know. Very unfortunate. We did have a bunch of drivers get disconnected tonight. Hopefully next week we'll have some better luck. PlayStation will get the servers a little bit more sorted out. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. I will get a thanks screen made specifically for you, the viewers. This is our GAVRA Racing team. like I said earlier, if you are one of our administrators, hosts, or commentators, and I don't have you added to the list yet, please get with me on the Discord, and I'll make sure I get you added. No, Cinder, I can't get driver of the day as I did not race. Who to give it to though? All the drivers did so good tonight. Oh, I don't know, y'all. Let me change this screen here while I think about it. Crap. You know, I really don't know. Everybody had such a good race. And I feel like it's always kind of cliche to give the first place winner the driver of the day, but Bax had a really good race. Chef had a good race. Interceptor had a good race. Aguilar had a good race. McCaleb had, you know what? That's who I'm giving it to. McCaleb stuck around with all the trouble he had in the first few laps, and he stuck in and he made it to the end of the race. And so I'm giving driver of the day to McCaleb for having trouble and being he knew he was quite far behind everybody, but he stuck in there and he went all the way to the end of the race. So I'm going to give McCaleb driver of the day. I think he deserves it for hanging in there. And yeah, big thanks to all the viewers, all the drivers, GAVRA for giving me the opportunity to do this, the administrators for y'all support, the community members for y'all support, just everybody. Just a huge thanks to everybody. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for Watkins Glen. That's right, they're going to be driving these monsters on Watkins Glen. I can't wait for that. That is an amazing track. It's going to be so much fun to watch. That track just has an amazing flow to it. So I have been Jukebox Hero. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Go to the website. Go to the Discord channel. If you're new to sim racing, there is the Academy. And it's always a buttload of fun. So, yeah, everybody have a good night. And thanks for watching.